You are a homeowner, you own an apartment here in Dublin, but a job opportunity came up for you, didn't it, in Dubai last year, and you decided to take it, to move to Dubai and to rent out your property.
Yeah, and naively so, I guess. So I left in July of 21. I got my affairs in order to come back in July of 22, submitted what I believe to be a valid notice of termination to my tenant, and returned to Ireland in August. It wasn't a linear transition. I expected to be able to stay in a particular home, and things don't always go to plan. So I found myself in a very precarious scenario. It's led me to where I am now. My notice got found to be invalid by a government agency, a charity, sorry. My tenant was all on board for the eviction. They understood, and I understood everything to be coming up to January. The charity in question found the notice of termination to be invalid. That also happened around the same time as the eviction moratorium. So it was just a combination of things that came all at once. And it's created this level of anxiety that I've never experienced before. That's my home. I am not a multi-property landlord. I'm not somebody who has the opportunity to stay in one house while I rent out another. That's my home. And I just want the Minister to understand that the eviction ban has created this issue, and I'm not the only one. And I feel compelled to come here and say this to you this evening to make people understand that this is where it's gotten to.
So your termination notice was invalid, but by the time you realised that the moratorium, the eviction moratorium, had come in, and therefore you can now not evict your tenants until March at the earliest? At the earliest,
but it will have to be 6 months from now, so it will be June. The technicality that the eviction notice was found to be invalid on was something that I believed I had done correctly. It was a statement of declaration from a Commissioner of Votes that I got signed by a Dubai-based Commissioner of Votes, because sure, I was there. So, and that was actually advised to me by a legal body here. So, I mean, the information wasn't available to me to do the right thing from what I know, unless it's written somewhere in black and white. I didn't see it anywhere on the RTB website. I didn't realise that I had to get this signed by a Commissioner of Votes in Ireland.
So you tried to do everything properly and by the book?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's
so what is your situation now then, Jeanette?
At the moment, I'm between homes, I guess you would say. So I'm not anywhere in particular. I'm just trying to get by. I came home to a job. So that has been a challenge to keep that in check while dealing with this. And I'm so grateful to my employers for allowing me the opportunity to get this sorted, because I've had to take time off work. Like, the RTB are probably the most difficult body involved in all of it to get a hold of on the phone. I had to take a day off to do that. I got no satisfaction there.
And what about your search for alternative accommodation? How has that gone?
That is difficult. There's very little to find, and I think that's part and parcel and why the eviction ban is being imposed. But I mean, what's happened here is they're kicking the can down the street. They're not enabling, I mean, to create a problem in someone's life, to solve a problem in another person's life, for me, it's not acceptable. So, I mean, ideally I'd be able to find somewhere to rent. It's just not working out that way. And I'm so grateful for everyone who's helped me along the way. I have people, and people are really very much so doing what they can. And I've had people today from when the article went out that have got in touch, and I'm so grateful. But it shouldn't be like this. I bought a house. I rented out in good faith. It was supposed to be 1 year, and it's turned into a nightmare. And my objective is that I find out from the Minister if he is planning to extend the ban, which I feel could happen, based on everything that's gone on. It doesn't seem to me like the homeless scenario is being in any way made better since this has all happened. It's 2 months down the line and figures are getting worse. So my question is to him, if he does extend the ban, will he please reconsider people who want to go back into their homes? Because I'm not a landlord, I'm just a person. Like, I just want to go back into my home.
Who has helped you out since you moved back from Dubai? Where have you been staying?
Between family and friends, things don't always go exactly to plan. But I've at the moment I'm between certain family members' homes. You know, it's overcrowding. You can't expect people to take you on with all your stuff and your emotional baggage and all the other things that come with it, because this has been all my energy has gone into this. So people are sick of listening to it as well. So
have you a bed? Have you a room? A guarantee of a room every night?
Not every night, but some nights, and I'm grateful for that. But yeah, I mean, it's difficult. It's just a tricky scenario, and I'm in it, and I just want to make sure that going forward, if this is extended, which I fear it will be, that the amendment is made, and the error and the flaw is removed, and the legislation is improved, because this isn't right. It's not. I don't believe it is.
Do you feel, though, that perhaps you took on a risk last year when you decided to rent out your property and you did become a landlord for 1 year?
You could say that, but I mean, you'd want to have a crystal ball to have foreseen this. You know, I would never have, if I knew this was a risk, or this would have happened, never in a million years would I have done it. It's not worth it. And I'd say that to anybody considering to become a landlord in this country. Really do your research. You would want to have a degree in law, is the way I'm looking at it now.